Michael Marley, BoxingConfidential.com, here with my old friend, and he was always the most popular promoter in South Philadelphia. North Philadelphia, I'm not sure, but I'm talking about Art Pelullo, Banner Promotions. Art, you've got to be over the moon. Ricky Hatton won 11, 12 rounds tonight. A very good performance. What'd you think of Ricky tonight?
I think that he was over the blue moon. And he was.
And how many Ricky Hattons are there? I think there's only one.
Only one.
What do you think about him and Castillo?
Well, first of all, this is where he always wanted to fight. So it was the first one. It was very important to him. I think he did great today. Juan Urango is a very tough, strong, young guy. And he was in some ways more difficult than Jose Luis Castillo will be. So the next fight, now that we got by this young, tough kid, Castillo in June, great fight. Two guys who fight like out of the 30s and the 40s. Nobody's backing up. So the fans are going to get a great show. We're going to have a lot of Mexicans. We're going to have a lot of Brits. We're going to throw in some Americans. It's going to be a great show for boxing because these are the kind of guys that boxing needs. And the Brits are great fans.
That's a key point. A young guy like Ricky Hatton. Isn't that what boxing needs now? Manny Pacquiao, Ricky Hatton. These young guys to really come out as superstars.
Yeah, the young guys to come out as superstars to replace the old guard, but also the fan base. I mean, look at the fan base that you have to have, that they have. Swarm the arenas. We had 3,000 Brits buy packages to come over for this fight, and it wasn't fighting Castillo. So when he fights Castillo, we're expecting 10,000 Brits to come.
And Artie, from my observation, these are not the aristocracy of England. These seem to be working class people that identify with Ricky because he's got such a great personality. And
you mean like you and I, hard-working people, salt of the earth, where our families came from nothing but hard work? Yeah, that's what they are. They're from Manchester. They're from Sheffield. They're the good salt of the earth people. They like to have a good time. They like to have a stout. They want to come and see a few pints and come see their boy fight.
Let me ask you about your Brazilian superstar. He retired for about 3 minutes.
All right, maybe 4.
Okay,
maybe
and
4.
what now talking about Mr. Casamayor, right?
We've made a deal with Louis de Cuba. The fight will be Casamayor. It will be for the WBC and WBO title and the ring belt.
Is there a date?
We're looking at June/May. It will be on HBO. And, it's the two best lightweights in the world today. It's a rematch from these two guys who fought 5-6 years ago. They fought in Las Vegas. Casamayor has always begrudged Freitas that he didn't give him a rematch sooner. And, gold medal winner, 3-time world champion. Freitas, 4-time world champion. Popo is only known for one name in Brazil, is Popo. So it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great show.
Artie, you've done a lot of things in your career. You haven't been, of course, around as long as King and Aram. Maybe someday you will be, but
I want to live that long. I'm not worried about being a fight promoter.
How do you mention some of your other up-and-coming guys, some of your other stars in your Banner Promotions stable that we can look forward to this year?
Well, on February the 16th, we're pretty high on a young heavyweight we have. It's going to be on ESPN2 special at the Wynn Resort during the NBA All-Star game. It's Alonzo Butler, 25-0, 19 KOs. He's 24 years old, 6'4", 250, trained by Ace Miller. We really think he's a comer.
Of course, Ace Miller with Big John Tate.
That's right.
Many years ago. Who else?
Well, we got a couple other young kids, and then we're working on with all the other old pros that we have, like Verno Phillips. We got a Chinese young fighter we're bringing. We made a deal with a Chinese promoter. Can't pronounce his name, but I've just signed him. But he's fighting also on February the 16th, and we signed another kid out of Chicago. All of that stuff will be on the website, Michael. It's martini time. Am I allowed to say that?
It is. It's too martini time. Artie, thank you very much. Art Pelullo from Banner Promotions, another great show with your colleague Dennis Hobson. And
best partner in the world.
And I think Dennis might have a pint or two tonight himself.
We're all going to have a couple pints.
And last question.
Yes.
I'm sure you will be up on stage with Ricky and Tom Jones tomorrow night. Thanks, Art.
They don't want to see me.